all we can see of Africa is war, starvation, need, charity. You don't see life, joy, big buildings, beaches. Like, it's a hidden gem.
But you feel like you want to stay here in Uganda?
I'm home. Like, okay, sometimes I want to be in other countries in Africa, but I'm happy in Africa. The worst place I've ever seen for homelessness and begging and drug abuse was Hollywood.
Huh?
Hollywood. You know that place where you see all movies coming from? You've never seen homelessness like it there. Like, you'd be shocked. A whole long street, like Kampala Road, Ginger Road. That whole street lined with tents, people injecting, people sleeping in tents outside. But in Africa, there's a way it carries you. We carry each other, let me say. The day I woke up in Kenya, I swear I thought I died and gone to heaven.
No.
I don't like England.
No.
We were never taught about slavery, never taught about colonization, never taught about Africa, nothing. Like, it was just a leap of faith that I came here. I knew nothing about
You never
Africa.
thought about Africa?
Nothing. I like Azawi. I've never met her, but why I like her, she just seems to be like natural. Like, she's a woman doing her own thing.
So you don't want to be called a Mzungu?
I really, Sagala linyo Mzungu. Is that correct? I don't want to be...
Mzungu. Toliagala.
Yeah, I don't like.
Onoonya ekifo eky'omulembe w'oyinza okuwummulirako ate nga kisangibwa ku lubalama lw'ennyanja. Winslow Luxury Suites. Kino kye kifo ekikkakkamu eri gwe anoonya w'oyinza okubeerako okumala ennaku entonotono oba ekiseera ekigere ng'olinga ali ewuwo. Kino kye kifo kyokka. Tulina amayumba agalina accommodation ey'omulembe nga mulimu ebisenge ebiwerera ddala 2, sitting room, modern kitchen, dining, closet nga z'obulungi, ssaako toilet n'ebinaabiro. Ebisenge byaffe birabika bulungi nnyo omuli ebitanda ebya queen ne king size. Ekiseera kyonna ky'omala ng'oli naffe tufuba okulaba nga tufuna kutaataganyizibwa kwonna anti tulina standby generator, wifi ne DSTV ssaako ne laundry services. Tulina n'emmotoka ez'omulembe okwanguyizaako mu by'entambula era nga tusobola okupikinga okuva wonna w'oli ne ku kisaawe erimu abava ebweru wa Uganda. Winslow Luxury Suite tusangibwa mu Jomai Estate, Garuga Entebbe. N'olwekyo gwe yandyagadde okumanya ebisingawo n'okubuukinga osobola otukubira ku noti 752 emu noti 8 nyemu oba osindika obubaka obwa WhatsApp ku +9 noti 83 2 noti 3 6 noti 2.
Okay, welcome to the show. ALLANCRUZ is my name, and of course, I'm based in Uganda. Thank you so much for you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for subscribing. Thank you for sharing all the videos I've uploaded last week and this week. It's a blessed Monday, and of course, I'm with my friend here. She's an artist, and she'll be introducing herself. And you guys will get to know the amazing person I'm chilling with today. Don't forget, we are proudly powered by Modern Tiles, and Modern Tiles, the tiles ennungi z'olina okwekwata. Kitegedde ekintu kibeere nga kitambulira ddala bulungi nnyo. Shero olunaku olwaleero egenda beera mu luzungu, tugenda kwogera luzungu.
Tugende.
Eh? Tugende
kwogera luzungu.
Tugenda. What does that mean?
Let's speak English now.
Okay. First, say hello to the viewers in Uganda.
What's the zote? Bampita Star, Fire Star.
Bakuyitani?
Star, munyenye.
Hey! Ogenda sobola today, you'll manage. Otyo, go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead, where you get difficulty, I'll help.
Hey. No, we will not flow in Uganda.
No, just do a little bit of introduction in Uganda. Me, I'll help.
Am I not done? My name, hello. Anyway, Nyemba, I'm a singer.
Okay.
Yeah. Kuandika, I write music in Kuandika.
Even you do write music in Uganda?
No, not in Uganda, unless somebody helps me.
Okay.
At least in Uganda, Swahili, French, I can try.
Okay.
But I sing in English predominantly.
Oh. Hello.
Hello.
How you doing?
I'm okay.
Oh, say hello to me first because before you say hello to the viewers.
Ndi musanyufu.
Oli musanyufu? You're happy?
Happy new.
To be here?
Yeah, we're in nature.
Okay. I'm ALLANCRUZ.
I've met you.
Yeah, we met at Atini's place.
We did indeed.
At Atini's studio. That's how we met with my friend here. And we had a good conversation. And and from that day, I said, no. I need to host you on my show. And you're like, oh, which show? I told you I have a YouTube show. So this is one of the biggest YouTube shows that people watch here in Uganda.
And after that, I got to realize, but there's a way I live in my own world, my own bubble.
Oh.
Yeah, I just focus on what I'm doing and I don't look beyond because we're chasing a future.
What's your name?
Like my
Your real
music,
name?
my real name?
Yeah.
Sally.
Sally.
Yeah.
And the second one?
Catherine.
Sari.
Yeah.
Catherine.
Yeah.
Where do you come from?
Like I'm British, but I'm Czech. I'm Czech British.
Oh, you're
Yeah.
Czech British.
Yeah.
That's why you have Sally.
No, the Czech part is Chevenyakova. That's my last name.
What?
I don't even use Chevenyakova.
Chevenyakova. So you know how to speak the Czech?
No, I don't. I grew up in England.
You grew up in England?
Yeah.
Your dad is a British?
Yeah, but my dad's dad was Czech.
Hey,
We
your
have
dad-
family there.
Oh, so,
Yeah.
but you, let's say, by birth, you're British.
By birth, I'm British. Just I try to stay far from that country, so I prefer to refer to the Czech side of myself.
Oh, really? Why?
I don't like it.
You don't like what? You don't like England?
I don't like England.
No. Now, that's where the problem is coming from. That's why the problem. Why don't you like England? You know, here Ugandans work hard to go to England. You know, here in Africa, we work so hard. We love England. Everyone wants to go to England. Everyone wants to visit England. And then you're saying you don't like England, and yet
Let me say, you love the idea of England, but most people have not been to say that they love England. But you
They love the what?
The idea of,
Okay.
yeah, the dream of. It's like the American dream. Even all of us grow dreaming of something other than what we have.
Okay.
Yeah, we have to dream. It's how we hope.
Okay.
Yeah, so even if I tell people the reality, they will refuse to believe because it's their hope. You understand? To believe there's a better world out there, that gives them hope. So even if I tell them the reality, even if Ugandans travel and tell them the reality, someone cannot hear it.
Now, do you know why do you know why I decided to host you?
I don't.
Because so many Ugandans
Yeah.
in the US, in the UK,
Yeah.
have come on this show and they have tried to express their
Yeah.
what they have seen,
Yeah.
what they have seen in England, what they have seen in the
Yeah.
US, and when the Ugandans tell their stories
Yeah.
and what is there,
Yeah.
Ugandans here say they don't want us to go there. So why are they still living there? And they are telling us
It's like
stories. I hear it's hard making money. It's tough. The winter is tough. The weather, the what. Now what are you guys doing there? Why? For you're saying, I wish you knew. I wish you knew earlier.
They're hypocrites. That's what you're saying.
Thank
They're
you so much.
hypocrites. Yeah.
And then you're here saying the same thing.
But I'm really here. You see, I'm not there saying, oh, it's bad there, yet I live there. No, I'm here, living here, and I'm saying I'm choosing
You're
to
living
be
in
here.
Uganda?
Yeah.
So let me get you where. So you don't want to live in England?
The soonest possible moment I could leave that country, I left. When I was 17, 16, I got jobs and I started saving money. On my 19th birthday, I flew to Kenya. And after 6 months working full time to save money, and I didn't look back.
So your dream was to come to Africa?
It wasn't like a dream. It's like I'd seen a presentation when I was at school showing people working out here volunteering. I just felt like my spirit calling me, as if I'm there already, as if the room around me disappeared. And the day I woke up in Kenya, I swear I thought I died and gone to heaven.
No.
I'm not even like that. For several minutes in that morning, I was like, because birds were singing, light was coming through. We were sleeping in a hut. Light was coming through, and the group I'd gone with, they woke us up with that song from The Lion King. It was really well organized. We woke up with that song playing. I was like, no, am I dead? This is all I've ever wanted.
It was your first time to come to Africa?
Yeah.
So you arrived in Kenya? And your eyes were amazed?
Just like I had peace in me. Like I've come home. Yeah, like I've come home.
You had peace?
Yeah.
Does
and
that mean you never had peace? You never
Yeah.
had enough peace in England?
I was always just trying to get out. But I didn't know where I'm trying to get out to. I just knew there must be something more to life than what I was experiencing.
Really?
Let me tell you something.
Tell me.
You guys, you take it for granted that God exists and that there's faith and hope and love and something beyond this life. But we're raised without that. We're raised without a concept of an afterlife, without a concept of something beyond the physical. So if your physical environment feels hopeless, you actually have nothing to hope in. Does that make sense? Yeah. But in Africa, there's a way it carries you. We carry each other, let me say.
Okay, let me ask you something small, Catherine. On basing on what you've told me, yeah? When you're studying in Europe, what do your lecturers or teachers teach you about Africa?
And I'm glad you asked me this, because what has shocked me through my years of adulthood living here is we were never taught about slavery, never taught about colonization, never taught about Africa, nothing. Like, it was just a leap of faith that I came here. I knew nothing about
You never
Africa.
taught about Africa?
Nothing. No, we were repeatedly taught about the world wars in Europe, yet they leave out the part where they were also fighting in Africa. We were repeatedly taught about, it's a period of time called the Tudor era, like 1500s, I think. I don't know why they fixate on certain periods of time, centuries ago, but they don't focus on the past century.
Because here in Africa, they teach us about Europe.
Right.
Yeah, but I'm shocked you telling me they never teach you about Africa.
Like, let me tell you something. Even me, some of the ways I've come to understand the politics in Africa now, if I speak that to my parents, like, my dad's even shocked, like, because that is not the news being delivered on the BBC, the British Broadcasting Company. Like, all we can see of Africa is war, starvation, need, charity. You don't see life, joy, big buildings, beaches. Like, it's a hidden gem. Yeah, but there must be a reason. There must be a reason they're shaping the perspective that way.
So it's after you come to Africa.
You discover.
And you discover by yourself.
Yeah, and that's why you see, actually, if you notice, many of the people that have settled here are in retirement. Not so. Like, you find when they've worked their whole lives in Europe, they have their pension. Maybe during their life they got a chance to visit Africa. They've seen the potential it has. So when it comes to that time of life to stop working, they use that money they've saved and they shift here. Yeah, but it's just rare to find maybe younger people here who are not working in an NGO, like actually living here, because I suppose you have to think outside the box. Yeah, like, and have a lot of faith. Yeah.
So because us here, we work so hard.
Yeah, it's true.
To make sure we go to Europe, we go to America, we give our kids the better life.
Yeah.
That's what we think. We think here when someone has money, the best education is in Europe. The best health system is in Europe.
And about health, even that one is a big lie, because I've tried so hard getting health on our national health service, and every time I've ended up
I
failing
wish I had
and
Robin
coming
Kisti
back.
here.
Who's
I have
that?
a friend of mine.
Yeah.
She's called Robin Kisti.
Okay.
She lived in London, and she lived in the UK, and she lived in the US.
Yeah.
So every time she was on my show, she was like, the health system in the Europe? No.
Because, like, let me tell you a story actually, because I have a problem with my left knee, and I've had it for some years. I used to be a runner. I ran a marathon, the London Marathon, and I tore the meniscus, yeah? So I was suffering with it for a long time out here, but you know, I didn't really know how to go about. It's a risk operating, and it's expensive. So I tried going back last year, trying to get on that waiting list. But they just dismissed me like, you're young, you're healthy, nothing wrong with you. At that same moment, I got a message from a friend here saying, Star, come back. Come back to Uganda, I'll help you. I'll put you on my insurance. I'm like, it's the opposite of how the world sees the world. Like, that help I need is coming from Africa. And I'm being rejected over there. Yeah, that's how I feel.
Really?
Yeah, like all the love, like...
So when you came back here, was your problem sorted?
No, we're still, like he did take me to a doctor, but it needs an operation. So that's a long-term, thing to look at.
So when did you come to Uganda? Because you arrived in Kenya?
So that same year, 2009, I ended up organizing for the whole group. We were a group of volunteers. So every weekend I would organize a trip. I was that go-getter. I was that organized person. So I would organize a trip to a different city we'd explore while we were teaching in a school. So one weekend I organized a trip to Jinja for whitewater rafting. Yeah, that was my first time in Uganda. I then planned, I returned 2 years later during my university holidays. And that's when I made really good friendships, like I can say like a sister. And from then, the next 10 years were between England and Uganda, like Jinja specifically. Then it was during COVID, I think, that I shifted to Kampala.
Oh.
Yeah.
Why did you decide to settle in Kampala?
No, it was music pulling me, I swear. It's like a spirit. I remember being in the living room in Jinja and listening to the music. And the funny thing is, at the time, the girls I lived with were very strong Christians. So if they would play this music, and I would feel it like pulling me to Kampala, this urban music, like, I used to be like, no, it's the devil, like it's something bad, resist. But eventually, I just had to like follow my soul. And I just left. I was staying with my sister. I just walked out one day, not knowing where I'm going, what I'm doing. I just followed. And in a crazy way, I ended up in music in Kampala.
So now you're in Kampala doing music?
Yeah.
So do you feel like going back and settle in England?
I'll never. I don't believe I will ever. No, at least take me somewhere else, but not England. If I had to be there for a time, of course you force yourself and you manage, but...
Wait a minute. You come from England. You're a citizen, right?
I'm a citizen. But I tell you, I've tried to become a citizen here. There's no way.
You've tried to become a citizen in
I've
Uganda?
asked so many people how, and I've not managed. So I'm a citizen of UK, and I accept the blessings that comes with that passport. It enables me to travel freely to a lot of countries, more especially Western countries. Africa, I still need visas. But that country, let me put it like this. Here you have freedom. It's ironic because the West calls it a dictatorship. But it's ironic that we feel more free here. What does that say? Perhaps we're under dictatorship, but we don't know.
But I think there is more human rights in Europe than here. The human rights work like, and when you say we are free here, and yet some people say in Africa it's stiff, yeah?
I can't speak for all of Europe, I can't speak for America, but in Britain, definitely we have a very consolidated class system. What they used to call lower class or working class, middle class and upper class. So according to the class you're born into and the life you fall into is generally how people see you. And you can be easily dismissed according to that. So like if you're a doctor, a lawyer, a nurse, a teacher, there's a way people will respect you. But if you're in a more of a labor job, there's a way you can be seen as more easily dismissed. Yeah, and I don't know where music falls, but music is and that creativity as well, it's hard to live that way there because there's no structure to really support it. Yeah.
But have you tried visiting the immigration ministry?
Here?
to ask for the citizenship?
No, I just know the rules. I know that you're supposed to have 10 years back-to-back working visas here to be able to apply. Yeah, and I've not had those working visas. I've had like visitor, volunteer, different types of visas, but not that one.
But you feel like you want to stay here in Uganda?
I'm home. Like, okay, sometimes I want to be in other countries in Africa, but I'm happy in Africa. Sometimes I want to travel out of Uganda, sure, but it's always where I seem to end up. I'm not sure why, but it's where maybe I've built my roots, where I have connections, yeah.
Because you know now, you're saying this, and you know, so many Ugandans are going to cut these videos on TikTok, yeah?
I should be careful what I say.
Because they're going to start saying, now you see, for her, she even has a passport. You know, Ugandans are living in England.
And
10 years without a passport. And
Oh.
they are dying so hard to get a passport. And for you having it, and then you're saying, I wish I could stay here longer.
But I'll tell you what, I met a Ugandan lady on the train in England about a year ago. And she said to me, I heard her talking Uganda on the phone, so I greeted her. Yeah. Then she was just missing home. She was just like, if not for my kids, I would come home. But because there is a free education, she saw like it's much easier to let them finish school. But trust me, like, just because you see them there, maybe because they feel, what I've seen, it's a lot of pride. You know, if you're African and you get that chance to go abroad, it's like everyone sees like you've made it. You got the golden ticket. Now what if you arrive abroad, you get disappointed. You start feeling you want to come home, but you think everyone's going to laugh at you. Like you spoiled your chances.
Yeah, that's what it's here.
Yeah, so out of that kind of pride, people stay in a situation they don't enjoy. And again, another reason can be that a lot of people here are leaning on them. They're feeling pressure to support. They're saying, well, let me sacrifice myself. I have the chance. Even if the work is hard, but yes, that money I'm earning can go a long way here. So I was living in Kinshasa, Congo, a couple of years ago, and I had a friend there. He had lived in France and had to come back to Kinshasa, and he was doing a very humble job, like, you know, shifting coal, charcoal. Yeah, people were laughing at him, like, you ruined your life, you know, but he knew why he was back, you know? He knew why he was back. So I think it's important just to be true to yourself, but I also think it's important to debunk that myth that the dream is out there. No, the dream is here. Just like, it's much easier to buy land here than it is abroad. Trust me. I mean, I don't have land here. I can't afford land here, but I know it's easier here than there. Yeah.
No, you can afford, but maybe what you pass through before you buy the land.
I don't know. Like, maybe not in Kampala, though.
Because you need a national ID.
I don't know. Because it's as if people buy land here and then become citizens. But I'm not sure how that works.
You can't get it without a national ID nowadays.
I think
it's hard.
Do you not have to do it in conjunction with a Ugandan, maybe? You have to get a Ugandan to sign with you, which is a risk, not so. Yeah.
But I think you should start dating a Ugandan. Are you dating any Ugandan here?
You know who I'm dating already.
Kathy. So, what's the do you love our food?
I've hesitated because I do eat your food like every day, but like I don't really eat matoke. Like I eat rice, beans, kao, yeah, posho, but I'm not
Groundnuts?
Yeah, but it's not my favorite. I used to love these foods. Maybe I got a little tired.
What's your best food in Uganda?
Kao, na mchele.
Kao na mchele?
Yeah.
It's your best?
I'm vegetarian, by the way, so
hey,
yeah.
Oh, you're vegetarian.
Yeah, otherwise, of course, the answer should be nyama.
Yeah, meat.
Yeah.
Oh, what's your best sport here in Uganda?
My best?
Sport.
My best sport? Like the sport that I do? Yeah, I was boxing a lot. Yeah.
Here?
Yeah, boxing. And then I started kickboxing last year. But just that my knee is causing issues. But yeah, I used to be a runner. Then I when I couldn't do that, I focused so much on boxing. And when I saw that still causing issues, now I just gym, swim. Yeah.
So for how long have you been here without going back to the UK?
I was back in like October.
So you went back home?
I went.
You came back?
Yeah.
So when you reach home, what do you tell your daddy and mommy about Uganda? Do they ask a lot of questions?
I'm not going to lie. They really don't ask me anything. And it used to disappoint me so much because like even the first time I went, they never asked any questions. Just maybe they're just not interested so much in another life.
But do you at least bring on the jazz and be like, you know what, mommy?
I try.
You try?
I like the first time I came and went back, I forced them to see photos, you know. But actually my dad came here. Yeah.
Your dad
brought
came.
him, yeah.
And what did he say?
Yeah, like we were here just briefly, like 2 weeks. He had spent a week in Kenya, a week here. It was good for him to know some of the people I'm with, so he could understand later if problems were there. He needed to communicate with people. He knew who he was talking to. Yeah, unfortunately, we didn't get a chance to do anything like a safari. I feel like the trip stressed him a bit because we got a lot of, you know, people begging for money.
Here?
Actually, the main issue happened in Kenya, that one of begging. Then on the border, Kenya to Uganda, we got completely set up by immigration. Yeah, so those things kind of scared him, you know. He was new here, never been to Africa before. But there's a beautiful lodge we stayed in Kenya, my friends. In a garden like this. I remember him saying, I wish we could just stay here.
Oh, really?
Let's just stay here. Let's not go any further.
It was a lot of green.
Yeah, a lot of green. You know, like, actually, let me say, like, it's something people here have been reflecting on me as they see how I react here. But we grow up in a quiet life. We grow up with a lot of silence, even loneliness.
In Europe?
So being here with all that noise all the time, it's kind of drives you crazy.
The birds?
No, the birds are good. No, the clubs, that they don't care who's living around. The clubs play throughout the night. The borders, the crowds. You don't know this is a loud place.
Sure.
Man, I struggle, to be honest. I just need peace of mind, and so that's why I'm saying I think a lot of foreigners, when they come here, they just want like those nature places where they can get peace of mind.
Yes, Mr. Modern, how is the business?
Booming. Towakan, I can't kunyonyole. Ebisera biri. Ngaba customer babula okundi ebipipipi.
Bitera byama bena byasimuse.
Naye lwaki tiles zammwe temuzipima?
Tutera muzikula mu bikuta by'amagi.
Naye we nazula Modern Tiles, business etambula.
Onoonya tiles ez'omutindo nga mpangazi ezitasiiwuuka nga ne design yazo ya njawulo nnyo. Funa Modern Tiles. Modern Tiles.
Have you visited the old tax park and the new tax park?
Of course. Actually, I used to do outreach with kids down there. When before music, I never even mentioned, before music, I was doing outreach with kids on streets. That's what I did for years, like 10 years. So firstly in Ginger, then in Kampala.
It?
No, it was more of my time than money. Just me finding local people, going and joining them, doing hands-on work. And then if I had something little, buying some tea, buying some bread, but nothing. I didn't have my own NGO. I was just volunteering, trying to understand, trying just to, you can't even consider starting an NGO before you've actually lived alongside people. Like that's what always astounds me. You can see a foreigner coming in with a lot of money to set up an NGO, but they've never suffered the problems people are suffering. They don't know what's going to happen with that money. So I always felt it's better for me to spend a lot of years understanding it. If in future I have the means, that's when I can do something.
Oh, you wanted to go through it first?
Yeah, I had to go through it first and see what's going on, why, and what the solution is.
What was your first? How was your first experience coming to Africa? See the street kids, then going downtown, see how women work so hard to earn a living.
The first time I noticed kids on streets was in Eldoret in Kenya. It was during the post-election violence of 2007, like it was just after that. So a lot of people had died, kids were on the street. So first time I saw them helping people parking cars, I just felt, it wasn't so much thinking, it was a feeling, like the Spirit of God or something. I was like, I need to follow this feeling. So I organized, I found charities. As I said, 2 years later after that trip, I came back. I volunteered for a month in Kenya, a month in Uganda in projects. The project I worked in Kenya was very organized and structured. The project in Uganda less so. And I ended up just doing my own outreach on streets. I formed close, those boys I met that year, I'm friends with till now.
Sure.
Like I know them till now. I know even they've had children, they've grown up. I think, you know, since I have this chance to speak bluntly, let me say, I don't care what trouble this gets me in, but let me say the terrorists to these kids on the streets is mostly like police. I've seen the beatings they receive. I've seen it with my eyes.
The police beating the street kids?
Yeah, beating them. Like grown men killing children.
But not the police killing children.
Oh.
No, the grown men.
It's organized. It's organized. And it's being allowed to happen. And kids are dying. Like I've lost 2 myself. I lost one in Mbale. I lost one in Kampala. And that pain of losing a kid, one of them was beaten alive, like mob justice kind of thing, but he was 14.
He stole something?
He
snatched something?
He cut someone with a knife.
Oh.
Yeah, but that boy lived, yeah. I won't tell the whole story, but to cut a long story short, he made a mistake, yes. He was being bullied. He bought a knife. He defended himself. The crowd saw. They killed him. But just what strikes me as madness here is that these kids are treated as men by men. I see the way they look at each other. Like a grown man can fight with a young boy. The young boys become as if they're old men. There's no mercy, as if, no, this one is still young, he still needs me to help coach him, guide him, understand him, even if he's bad, even if he steals, but they are children. Yeah, they're not treated like children. And you asked me about women. The place my mind first went to when you asked me that was being downtown and walking along a street and seeing the women prostituting themselves.
Oh.
Yeah. For me, but anywhere in the world it's happening, yeah? But it's just, the sadness is just, I can't even explain, you know, that someone does that. Yeah.
You've seen the women sitting down, selling chewing gum on the floor. Have you seen that?
You mean,
You see how women struggle in Africa? Now, you see how those mothers struggle in Africa. It's some mothers struggle, raise some money, then send their kids abroad for brighter.
Yeah, brighter future.
So that's why I told you that so many of us, our hope is in Europe. Our hope is in America. Because you look at how you groomed, how your mothers groomed you, what you passed through with your mother, and you don't want your kids to pass through the same stuff, yeah? So we are raised, and our mothers and fathers are always telling us, Alan, I wish you also get a chance to go to England and change our life. You get?
Yeah, it's a lot of pressure.
It's hard for a parent to raise and be like, you know what? We have a big piece of land here. What can we do? In case you're living in the village.
Yeah.
Yeah? But you, Catherine, when you come here and you go in the village, there's the way you want to turn that village into, you want to give that village life. You get? I don't know if I'm...
No, there's just so much to think about here. This question of women struggling with their children is a profound one, and it comes down to the relationship between men and women here. Like, there's still, what I find bizarre is people generally still believe in polygamy. Yeah, but they're Christians. The two don't match. Like, you can't be a Christian and cheat on your wife. Yet they'll say, no, it's my culture. My father had many wives, you know? No, you have to choose. You have to decide. Are you following your culture, or are you a Christian? Or are you Muslim? At least as a Muslim, you take up to 4 and you decide and you stick on them and you support. But when you start confusing ideas and making your own truth, your own right, society becomes disordered. So like you find here, nobody's acting responsibly. People have children here and there and everywhere. I don't want to sound like a man hater, but I've heard men boasting of having many children, but they don't know their children. They're proud that they've had many children, but they're not there raising their children. So all these women that are there suffering and struggling, I wish if just men would see them as humans. And hopefully, maybe, as people like yourself are being raised and seeing the struggling your mothers are going through, it allows them to become more gentle to their own wives, more understanding to their own wives. But this is a conversation that really needs to happen here. Like, because a lot of those kids that you would find on the street, if you ask them why they're there, it can often be because a new wife came in and they didn't want...
You tried to do so?
Asking them why.
Yeah.
Yeah, mostly, always. And it could be like the father took a new wife. She didn't want them there. Or, yeah, violence at home, of course. But it's surprising how many times it came back to stepmothers. Yeah, we really need a conversation about is it faithfulness? Sticking together, committing to raising those children? Yeah, taking responsibility for them. Yeah.
Do you have a child, or you don't feel like
I've not given birth. I suppose my whole time's been so occupied with other kids.
Oh, really? But do you want to have a child?
For me, I never believed it came down to wanting a child. Like, a child is a gift. If you're in the situation that you can support that child and you're in a loving relationship, definitely that's the fruit of your relationship. But I just wouldn't want to have a child and find that the situation wasn't right.
Struggle.
Yeah.
Start struggling with it.
Because there are enough kids out there that need mothers and fathers. That's what I always believed. Like, let me help those. As time passes, of course, you might find yourself ready.
Having one.
Yeah, but
for now?
But for now, I don't have a birth child. But I have a boy that I've been supporting as my child.
So now you're having a Ugandan boyfriend. Do you know Ugandan boyfriends want children?
Actually, he's Congolese.
Hey. Oh.
Yeah, you didn't know?
No? But he knows
yeah.
Luganda.
Yeah, he hears it.
Yeah,
he hears it.
He understands Luganda.
Yeah. Yeah, of course, all men here, they do.
If African men love children.
You can be with a man even one day,
hey.
and they're asking for your children.
Ah. Are you sure?
Even I was with a friend yesterday. I won't name him, but he knows who he is. And his friend arrived, and he said, "When are you giving me a child?" To his friend, "When are you giving me a child?"
Munange here, boys want to give birth.
But that comes back to that point. They want to give birth, but are they ready to support? Are they ready to be there, waking up in the middle of the night, picking that child up in the night, not sleeping, going to work, tired? Because that's what women are doing. Are they ready to do that?
No, here men are men in Africa.
Oh, what is a man?
Eh?
What is a man? A man is someone that takes responsibility. It says, I was reading this the other night, like, a man has to love his wife as himself. We forget that. What does that mean? That means, like, the way you would love yourself, you would feed yourself, care for yourself, make sure you have enough sleep, enough rest, wear nice clothes. You do the same for your wife. But often there's this thing of pride that gets in the way, this sense of superiority. Like, it's me first.
Especially in Africa.
I tell you, it drives me mad. It can drive me mad, this thing, because there's nothing I can say that will convince someone otherwise. They know how they think about us. By us, I mean women. People know how they think about us. And
because I was watching some documentary back then, and a white man was saying, I prefer dating a black woman
okay.
because black women know how to respect men.
I knew what was coming, yeah.
So the guy was saying, you know how the black women, I don't want you guys to take it as an insult when someone says black or white. No. I'm just trying to.
Yeah.
So the man was saying, you know, I have a beautiful woman. He's from, I think the lady was from Uganda.
Okay.
So the lady was the one asking, why do you love, why did you love me? Why do you love me so much? So the white guy was saying, you know, the white man was saying, you know, I love you because in Africa, you women are taught how to handle men, and a man feels like he's a man. You know, our girls here, the women here, think a man is on the same level with a woman. It doesn't really work out well. I feel more comfortable being with a black woman. And I was like, okay.
They must feel like kings coming from Europe and finding a woman here. She's going to kneel, cook for you, wash your clothes. But interestingly, I wouldn't say it's the African women, because I saw TikTok videos asking why are Nigerian men marrying Ugandan women, making the same point. It was even doing like a skit of like how they behave, like Ugandan women very humble, and Soniwa, like any argument, I'm sorry. But a Nigerian woman, she's feisty. So it's even specific to Uganda, maybe, like that your women are, some of them, not all of them are humble, but yeah, they must feel like kings when they come out here and find a woman here, and you would never go back, surely. But
do you find something interesting with black men? African
masculinity.
Men?
Like there's a more, like it is attractive to have a man that is like a protector, a provider, someone that you feel safe with, yeah? But it's not automatic that somebody proud is also someone you feel safe with. You understand? Like, actually, ironically, it comes with humility often. He might look physically strong. He might be capable of physically protecting you, but he's soft-hearted. Yeah, like, but then again, you might find somebody that they are so proud that even if they can never apologize to you, they can never realize their mistake. They can just, yeah, I think the masculinity is attractive, but the pride is unappealing. Yeah, unappealing totally.
So which kind of relationship would you want with an African boy? Where you guys are all in the same plate, or a man is a man? Do you find it?
Just, to be honest, it is a tricky one because we're in this transition period where we're trying to adjust and understand each other. Like, what do you mean by a man is a man? Let's first break that down.
Okay. Here in Africa, this is how they've raised us. Where our parents say, a woman, you're supposed to be humble.
Yeah.
When a man does this, be humble. Or is the man, father is the head of the family.
Yeah.
Which I've seen, actually, I've not seen. I've seen and I've heard.
Yeah.
Some friends of mine were telling me, in Europe or America, is it a kid comes first? Or a woman comes first, then over a petty dog, over a petty cat, or then a man comes over 5th, over 6th. Is it true?
No, it's all depending on the family. You know, like, even my dad, he was the head of the house, definitely.
When a dad says something,
it goes.
It's final?
Yeah. He was very strict, but I wouldn't say that's necessarily the right way. Yeah, because as children, we didn't feel I could approach him, you know?
He was a tough dad?
Yeah, actually at the time, yeah. And it doesn't set up a good standard for your relationships in future. Yeah, because you tend to misunderstand what love is. But I just think like every situation is different. Like we both need to be able to express our truth, express our emotion, express ourselves, and understand each other. Like I shouldn't just keep quiet because I think my feelings will upset you. I think very often here men feel attacked if a woman gets upset and tries to say, oh, you didn't do this, you didn't do that. Often, we are not attacking you, we're trying to connect to you. But men get defensive as if you're insulting them. I just think we need to understand that we're both humans. We both have emotions. We're allowed to express our emotions. And in terms of providing, all of us can provide according to the situation. Like if I have a job that's well paying, sure, I can support my man. But as long as him too, I see he's proactive and trying to support, even if it's less, but he's trying, he's doing his best. Or if it means he's in a position to support me, I can accept it, but not if it means being controlled. Yeah, if it means accepting your help, but you tell me what to do, where and when, I'll rather walk away and starve.
So you've told me you have a boyfriend, and at least I got a chance to see him. So are you working? And how do you survive? Because your music has not yet started.
Made the money, yeah. I've not been releasing yet. Yeah, I have something saved, yeah. And we're in process of opening a music studio. So just, to be honest, these times are a bit struggling. We're struggling, but we know that once that music studio is up and running, we'll have money coming in and start to support ourselves. Yeah.
So all your future and all your plans here in Uganda?
Yeah, they're here. Yeah, they're here. Like I want to travel. I still am a free spirit. I want to be able to move Kenya, Tanzania, Congo, what, but I'm happy in Africa. Yeah.
So have you been in a situation where everyone who sees you sees money?
But that's that's every day.
Yes. And what did you think the first time you experienced it?
You know, the funny thing is, the first time I was in Africa, like I'd saved for months and months and months, even years. And I was very frugal, like careful with how I spent, and I was volunteering, and we didn't even interact much with people. We were just working in the school, and if not, we were in our group. We had been under strict instructions when we arrived, like when people ask you for money, just politely say you can't. So as a young girl, you just listen, you obey. But as I started working with the kids, I started changing my mindset. Like, no, if you have, give. Like that, let me call it a stupid mentality of like don't give in Africa, give if you can, as you would anywhere. If someone in London on the streets needed my help, I would give just as I would here.
And you know, many think, many of the people here think there are no beggars on the streets in London. That's what people think.
I wish you could go and see. I wish you could go and see. And let me tell you, I did travel to America, and the worst place I've ever seen for homelessness and begging and drug abuse was Hollywood.
Huh?
Hollywood. You know that place where you see all movies coming from? You've never seen homelessness like it there. Like, you'd be shocked. A whole long street, like Kampala Road, Ginger Road, that whole street lined with tents, people injecting, people sleeping in tents outside, sleeping bags. But in London too, it's prolific. It's there a lot, just like papers, newspapers, media, they don't promote it. It's not a good image of their country. Yeah, but here, actually, you even see less homelessness here, I think, because people help each other. But the shocking thing here is you see kids on streets, which you don't see there because they would be taken by police, taken to social services. They try to put them either back home or into a home. But yeah, what was your question again?
No, I was asking, people here in Africa, I always feel sorry for you guys that always come here.
Money, yeah.
Everyone
Man.
says, when you get a boyfriend, when you get a guy, he's expecting money from you.
Yeah. To be honest, it's the most heartbreaking thing that I've discovered, because, you know, even if a man doesn't go after you for money, but you are just more comfortable financially, naturally you, because you love them, you're going to support. And then I discovered this with especially a previous boyfriend, like they come to expect. Yeah,
Yes.
they come to expect. At first, they may have even been resistant to receiving your help, like their pride and what. But as they see, no, you're comfortable, and they become close to you and they feel free with you. But at some point, a balance tips, and they start expecting. If you don't give what they want, they can even get angry. At that point, that's when you can even lose your heart for them. Like, no, man, I can help you through all your hard times without saying anything. But the moment I sense ingratitude, the moment I sense entitlement, it's the biggest turn off. Because you have to understand, it's also a sacrifice. If people think if we help, it's because we have too much. If I support a boy on the streets, it's because I have more than enough. No, it's because I'm sacrificing. It's because I believe, like I see he have nothing else. That's a different mentality here. If people often, I don't want to generalize because there's a lot of good people here too, but sometimes people think that you cannot help another until you're already set.
And something, whenever you see a Mzungu or a European, she has money, he has money.
As if it grows on trees.
Hey!
As if it grows on trees. Yet gold, where is gold? It's just there in Congo. It's just here near. The gold is here.
So they think money is growing on trees.
But I think because I don't understand where they think we're getting money from. I don't understand. They don't think, where are you getting it from? And then just, yes, the money converts. If you convert money here, it goes further, yes. But if you're here living off of savings, definitely you have to budget. That money has an end because you don't have a source of income here. So you have to be careful. Yeah, like, I just don't understand it. And actually, I've seen a lot more wealthy people in Africa than Europe. No, I'm not even lying, because in Europe, everything is on a debt. Your phone, your house, your car is being paid monthly. A mortgage, often 20 years.
Yeah?
Until you own a home. Even someone in a good job. Middle class, let me say middle class. Average mortgage, 20 years. You might even sell that house and move on and take a second mortgage. Cars, you can be paying monthly. Phones, we pay on 2-year contracts. Like, what you see, someone doesn't own outright. Just the system keeps you locked in. You have to keep on working to keep on paying those bills. But here, when someone buys land, when someone buys a car, when someone buys a house, when someone buys an iPhone or a Mac, they buy it with cash. That's wealth.
So you believe there are so many Africans that are well off?
But I know it because they're the ones that have helped me. I've been saved so many times. I don't want to talk too much, but I've been saved so many times. People have done unbelievable things for me here. In Uganda, in Congo, bought me a phone, bought me a flight.
Sure.
Yes.
Is it easy to get in Europe?
No, never. It's never happened unless it's through a charity. Maybe if you're homeless or you're going through difficult times, there are avenues you can get to support. But it's not. Let me say the support there is systematic. It's given because there's a system in place to support people, to try to stop them falling to the very bottom. But it's not given out of love. There's a lot of stigma attached to that support. But here, when people give, they even encourage you because they make you feel like you're human, like you're worthy, you're valuable. But there, if you receive social support, you feel like you're nothing, you're the lowest of the low. You're begging, you're dependent. Society hates you. Like, Yes, you receive money, but it feels like a cursed money. You don't even know how to spend it. You feel like shame. You have to go every week to the job seeker's office. You have to explain what and what. Tell them all your stories, tell them your worst secrets, just to convince them you need their help. Everything is written down, typed into a system. You don't know what they're using that information for, profiling you, stigmatizing you. But here, when people help, they just help from the heart. There's no condition. There's no tell me your story, tell me your trauma as a condition. No. Except maybe that happens in charities here.
Yes.
When they're trying to get support from Westerners. Yeah, because they have that stupid system of tell us your story. Tell us your story, your worst things that happen to you, and if it's bad enough, we'll give you money. You know? But it's like sometimes
You're too real. You're too real. You're real. And I love that. I love that. And I love the fact that you love Africa.
Yeah, I'm home.
You feel, even if you don't have money, you can stay here. And you know, the first time I saw you, you were like, you see, Alan, even if I don't have money, even if I don't have a car, even if I don't have a house, I'll stay in Africa.
And I've done it, by the way. I've done it.
And you know, when people see you moving on streets, now they start thinking, hey, that woman, I think that woman is rich. I think that person is rich. That's what they think.
And the funny thing is, even people that have known me for years and seen me in bad times still think that. And I wonder, but do you think I'm living like that by choice? It's the way people talk to the kids on the streets as well, like, those boys are stubborn, as if they sleep outside by choice. No. When you're suffering, it's not a choice. Someone may think you have a better option. Like when people have seen me having hard times here, they're like, what are you doing? Go back home, go to Europe. I'm like, I know what's there. I know how it will be. And I know I'm better off here. So.
Do your friends ask you back in the UK to go back home?
To be honest, it sounds sad, but it's so long since I actually had a home there that I've lost contact with friends. Yeah, the last time I had like friendship group was before COVID. Yeah, so now the only friends that can call me are within Africa. Like I've lived in Congo, I've lived in Senegal. So people can call from there and say, we miss you, you know. But
I say you love volunteering, you love charity, you love helping. Is there any celebrity in Uganda that you always follow and you're like, oh, I love how this guy does his things. I love how this woman does this thing, her things, you know.
Okay, because I don't really know what any of them are doing in terms of charity. And what I hate is some people, they do charity. Like, they look like they're helping some of these boys, but it's just like to create their own private army or to look like they're helping. But I don't really know what celebrities here are doing personally in terms of charity.
Do you know any artists here?
Of course, yeah.
Give me the names.
I don't want to name drop. I don't want to name drop. But you asked me, is there an artist I admire? I like Azawi. I've never met her. But why I like her, she just seems to be like natural. Like she's a woman doing her own thing, putting her work first. Yeah, sometimes I really feel bad when I see women flaunting their bodies. Yeah, like trying to sell their music through their image. But when you see a woman that's just, you know, like even Coffee, Jamaican Coffee. She's an artist from Jamaica. Even her, she's more of a tomboy. I just love that. Like she's just herself. But the focus is on her intellect, on her brain. So I admire that. Yeah.
So, do you follow? No, I won't take you there. I was going to say something. I won't take you there because I know how poor feel. I know how Ugandans. We're going to go for a short commercial break, and when we come back, we shall be talking about her music and what inspired her. A lot of that. Short commercial break. We shall be coming back. Please don't go away.
Esi mukasya kano kankwanjulye mami gadgets abakola emiramu education gadgets zonna mu Uganda balina tablets z'abaana zonna mu bikanga Samsung, Apple, Origimo, ate nga balina n'esina keyboard. Balina ebimotoka by'abaana, ebimundu, essaawa, bags z'abaana, bottles, container ng'ogasseko ne building blocks. Balina headsets z'abaana, balina smart watch zonna ate nga ziri origino, balina wireless charger ate nga basisinkanibwa wali ku Pioneer Mall, edduka li PA11 ate ng'osobola bakubira ku 0703-69-69-04. Gambye ekikwasagana ne educational gadgets zonna olina kwekwata Mami Gadgets kubanga yasinga.
Nagambye eriggwa ayagala ennyumba ya A&B nga buli kimu kyonna okisanga munda nga n'ojja n'omwagalwa buli kimu kyonna kigenda maaso n'okubanga kiggwa bulungi. Oba n'oba ng'ova bweru nga weetaaga w'ogenda otuukira buli kimu kyonna kwegamba osange nga weekiri. Ennyumba ebeeramu buli kimu kyonna kye weetaaga. Just kiba kyetaagisa gwe kujja n'ogenda maaso n'okunyumirwa. Ekifo kyaffe kisangibwa ku Namugongo Road okumpi ne Church y'Abakatuliki. Okkirira ku St. Kizito Lwanga Road oba otutuuseeko. Oba n'otunoonyako ku namba zaffe ez'amasimu okumanya ebisingawo. Nooti 785 37 92 29 oba noti 700-39-02-11 oba plus 4-7-2-3-4 nkugambye tulina ne CCTV coverage, wifi coverage, internet ebeerako 24/7 ate nga nyongera okujjukiza osobola n'okuyita ku email yaffe pikato694@gmail.com. Mugee buli kimu kyonna amasavu mayereere.
Kale, so we're still continuing. I'm still with my friend, Faster.
Mukwano
Gwange. Oh, you know what do you know this saying that says Mukwano Gwange nfiira mulago?
Mulago?
Hey.
As in Mulago? Or
no.
It's a word? No.
You say Mukwano Gwange nfiira mulago.
Sitegera.
Tochitegera? Okay, it means that person is my friend. Like,
from real friend.
Yes, from the bottom of my heart.
That's nice.
It means like, even if he dies, he'll still be my friend. Even if even if he's in the hospital dying, which you know.
Yeah, that's like a brother and a sister.
Yeah. So when you say Mukwano Gwange nfiira mulago.
And infira means what?
Nfiira mulago bannange. Nfiira mulago. Mukwano Gwange nfiira mulago. Like, I can do anything. I can die for you. I can.
Oh, okay.
Oba, I'll be there even at the last minute. Oba, like I can be there for him or for her.
Yeah. Okay.
So you say Mukwano Gwange nfiira mulago.
That's hard to find those ones.
Yeah. So have you got that friend here in Uganda? Have you got a mama here in Uganda yet?
Like a mother?
Mom?
Over the years I've had so many, but I don't currently have someone. Yeah.
No. You need to go in the market and get
It's true. I really need a mama.
Yeah?
It's true. I need
someone you go to, someone you talk to.
They've been there over the years. That's why I say Uganda has raised me. Kenya and Uganda have raised me. Because I've had so many mothers, fathers, sisters, brothers. Yeah.
How do you feel when you come to Africa and you're called Muzungu?
I get angry.
Sure.
To be honest, I didn't used to think anything of it. You know, it didn't have a meaning for me. I just ignored. But as I settled here...
The first time you had it?
No, in those years when I don't even remember having a feeling about it. I remember seeing those T-shirts saying my name is not Muzungu and thinking, like, why have they made them? For what? Like, but maybe people were not calling me it so much. Like, I was someone very quiet. In the past, I was very humble and peaceful. Maybe I was more invisible. I don't know. I don't remember hearing it so much. But these last few years, as I've settled and I've been here more and more and more, the reason it makes me mad is because this is my home. I've been here so long, and yet every day it's as if I just flew into the country. And every day someone's reminding me, you're not from here, you don't belong here. That's how, when I hear that word, because it's like you, if you went to London, and everywhere you went, they're saying like, Oba, Mudugabu, black person, African man, as if you're another species, as if you're another. You're not the same, you're not relatable. you don't have a personality, you're not unique. That's how, if someone can put themselves abroad and imagine hearing that all day, every day, and then on top of that being exploited because of the color of your skin, everyone trying to cheat you, double the price, lie to you, get a passport from you, impregnate you, like it goes far, then it's really something racist, but people don't know they can be racist here.
So you don't want to be called a Mzungu?
I really, Sagala linye Mzungu. Is that correct? I don't want to be...
Mzungu. Toliagala.
Yeah, I don't like.
You prefer being called your name?
Of course, who wouldn't? Or at least, if someone doesn't know my name, sister. I really appreciate when like a boda boda is like sister or madam. You know, just as you would anybody.
Si Mzungu?
Sometimes often they don't even say it in a nice way. Mzungu! Like almost like attacking. It's like they're trying to get a reaction from me or... I don't know, but please.
Yeah.
I'm asking Uganda. Stop this word. Please, just call me sister.
Do you listen to our songs here in Uganda? What's your best song of late?
I'm not going to lie. Of late, I've not been really in tune because I hear more of what my partner, my boyfriend, he's a producer, so I hear more of what he produces. I hear my own music and what I'm working on, but I'm not really like listening to radio or anything.
Why do... Oh, okay, you've said you don't want me to use the word Mzungu. Now what shall you... Why do you...
Like people not from Africa?
No, I want to get a better
Caucasian.
word. Eh?
Caucasian.
I want to get a better word, not Mzungu. Which word can I use?
You mean people with a fair skin? Caucasian. Caucasian.
Okay.
That's the word, yeah.
Okay. Now, why do Caucasian girls love African boys with dreads?
I knew that was coming. I've been asked that question so many times.
Because I always go out, see Caucasians, girls having boyfriend with dreads, So boys in Africa love dreads and...
they want to attract.
They always like, you know when you have dreads, you go to those places where you find white girls.
Mzungu hunters.
Mzungu hunters. They never hunted you?
It's a known thing in Ginger, especially.
Sure.
On the River Nile. It's a known thing because they get so many foreigners there visiting temporarily.
Why?
Gingers
Why do you love boys with dreads?
No, it's not... Firstly...
Okay, what do your friends say? Because...
Actually, you won't believe it because every day
your boyfriend has dreads?
Yeah, he does. Just like, it's not that you look for someone with dreads. No, I think I have two explanations.
Yes.
Okay.
Explain.
Firstly, there are those guys that are coming in and out. They're touring, they're visiting, they're backpacking, they're working in an NGO temporarily. Yeah, it's easy for somebody to target them. Someone that's just hanging around, not working 9 to 5, just out on streets. He can target and go in for the kill. So for him, he can seduce her with his own plan. Not so. That's what we call Mzungu hunter. Yeah. Then those are the bad boys, really, because they're just using women. Then, as for me, obviously I'm in music. Music and dreadlocks go together. I don't ask me why, because it's not like that in the whole world. But in Uganda, it's common, not so. Yeah. So. It's not that I fell for the dreadlocks. No, even if he shaves, it's the same person. But the industry I'm in, maybe I'm more likely to meet somebody with dreadlocks. Yeah. Then one more point somebody made to me years ago is like, they're saying like a typical Rasta, but there are Rastas that work and work hard. Like you could have dreadlocks, but you do your job. You're a serious person. But there are those Rastas that are just chilling around. Yeah, like maybe they just have more time. They can be your tour guide. They can take you around. So there's more chance of spending time. Then one more point, free thinking. Like we're probably less likely to fall for a very traditional, like cultural man. Someone stuck in that culture and way of thinking. More likely to fall for someone that's just easygoing and has a different outlook. Because that's also how we're raised, is just to be free thinking. Yeah, so many reasons, but I don't think it's the dreadlocks we fall for, but it's maybe just either them targeting you or you falling for like that personality. Yeah.
Okay. So now let's go to your music. How many songs do you have so far? Because I found you with Atin. How many songs are you having with Atin?
Oh no, with Atin, so I work with his, with Mick. Did you meet Mick there? Yeah, so with them, I've been remixing and mastering. Like, I have a bank of maybe like 60 songs.
Which kind of music do you do?
I do kind of Afro fusion, Afro beat. Yeah, like this little bit of R&B, but because I've been making it, I started here. So it's Afro beat, but because of probably my upbringing in Europe, it becomes a fusion when you hear it. Yeah, I've recorded so many songs over the years, but as the more I've recorded, the more my standard has improved, and my understanding of music. The more I've realized I need to remix the tracks I had. So bit by bit, according to, obviously it's music is expensive. So bit by bit, I'm remixing. So I have like 2 or 3, like maybe 3 songs I've been remixing at Atin's place. Yeah, we've yet to make our own proper song from start to finish. Yeah.
Who inspired you?
To make music? The story is such a funny one. Like, I just started following my soul, as I told you, from Ginger to Kampala. I could just walk down the road. Something say to me, go there. I enter not knowing what it is. I find a studio. I sit. You know, studios here, sometimes they're free. You can just sit there. No one knows who you are. You just be there. I be listening. I'm someone like, my brain doesn't stop. So as I'm sitting there, I'm like, I don't know why I'm here, but I need to be here. I start writing. Someone asked me, what are you writing? I'm like, I'm writing on the beat. Okay, jump on the mic. At first I was terrified. I didn't know I can sing. I've never sung before. But just I had that belief in God. Like if someone tell you to do something, just don't say no. I tried. After like several moments like that randomly, people started sending me the tracks I'd featured on. I was like, this sounds professional. I started believing in it. So, but I actually ended up kind of leaving and losing most of all of that because, you know, here, unfortunately, like systems crash, people are not serious, you lose a lot. You have to be so determined to keep going. I went more towards acting and then I saw, no, it's music. Came back and it's really from Congo, I really became so serious in Kinshasa. And then in Nigeria, I recorded like an album's worth last year. And now I'm here, I shot my first solo music video last year here.
So all that, you saved money for all that? Did you save money for all that?
No, it's like...
Because you're not working and you love music and music is expensive.
Yeah, music is expensive, but I started without money. Like I started music without money because as I said, it was all featurings. Even in Congo, I paid for like 1 song in the whole time I was there in 6 months. It was like, because once you sing once in a studio and someone hears your track, someone else can say, I also want to feature her. Feature. I only started paying for music last year. That's when I started using my savings for music. Like that was in Nigeria. The currency is low, like particularly at the moment. And I didn't go to expensive studios. It wasn't like going to Atin's place and paying millions. No, it was, and that's why I'm remixing, because I discovered that actually the quality of the equipment you record on and the soundproofing, it really affects. So I'm having to remix. I saw that it was a false economy. You know, false economy, like you think you're saving, but in the long run you spend more. So I recorded. So really it only began last year putting money in because I saw that all these featurings, people were like using me. You know, they're featuring with Mazungu. They think they'll get attention. Then they take the track, they upload it without even giving me a cut, without even naming me. I got so discouraged. I was like, no, I have to start just believing in myself.
Because me, I'm worried because, one, okay. You're my new friend, yeah? But music is too expensive. And one, you're not working. The promotion is expensive.
And I've never promoted because of that. It's true.
So you just upload on Spotify, YouTube, then done?
Like in Congo, like, as I said, they were featuring me. So like we had 2 releases. They were the ones covered interviews and what. Then here, I only started releasing this year in January 1 song. I just uploaded. And yeah, I didn't do a promotion except through my WhatsApp and TikTok.
Have you performed on any stage in Uganda?
Not in Uganda, no.
Would you like to?
Ha, you know I'm shy, but I can't say no, I will try.
You try?
At least if I could rehearse before, so I get that courage.
Oh, but here there's no time of try, of
I know.
rehearsing. Here when you get a chance like Alex Mohaji calls you on Comedy Store, you know Comedy Store?
I performed in Congo on TV because they demand, they don't believe in those tracks, they want live music.
Oh.
They hear you and they're like, how do we know it's you? Or how do we know it's not auto-tune? They force you live on TV. And so I found, yes, I could do it, but by force and fire, you know? Someone has to just go, sink or swim.
It is very easy here to get a platform where you can perform.
And I've been offered.
But they just call you. Someone will just say, faster, come on stage.
To be honest, I've ordered a couple of mics, like to start rehearsing from home. So I can, not recording mics, like performance mics, so I can start.
But your vocals are really good?
I let people decide. I will let people decide.
Are you going to give us a cappella?
Ha. Maybe later.
Later?
I'm so shy.
Eh?
I'm so shy.
Oh, what do you sing in front of the audience?
That's the problem.
You're a shy person?
Yeah. Like when it comes to singing, I don't know why.
In studio, you're okay?
I've learned to be okay, but even in the beginning, I wasn't, you know?
So are you just learning or you're ready now into it?
In music?
You know, learning how to sing, learning the production, learning this.
I want to start learning production. For learning to sing, I think it's just in you, according to the feeling and the moment.
So do you want to sing because you want money, or it's passion, or it's, what's driving you?
No, it's like, as I explained the story of how I got into it, maybe it was just a fate, yeah, like a journey. And I found hope in it, you know, a promise of a future. And it's expression, it keeps me focused. Of course it needs to make money one day somehow, or at least it needs to make connections that can help me survive. But in some ways it already does that. Like just through living by what you believe, people do come along and help in surprising ways. So, but I hate it when people are just purely doing it for money. Like that's why maybe the performance aspect is a struggle for me, because I'm not here to entertain, to be honest. I'm singing what I feel. And sometimes that might fit better in a quiet acoustic environment than these loud Ugandan bars. But if the environment was right and conducive, yeah, it's a process. It's a process of growing in confidence.
So I would love us to be concluding this interview, but we want a kid from you to give to the boyfriend I found you with.
You guys,
Yeah?
you guys, you never stop.
We ask for kids.
You ask for kids. Let's see.
wano ku Hasi Beauty Parlor tuli bakafulu mu kulabirira n'okuyooyoota ensusu tukola facial ne tukupepeta ka feesi ne kawawera ng'aka baby tusiba n'okukola enviiri mu buli musono songa mu kukola pedicure ne manicure tuwekansa tusala enviiri mu buli musono ate bwe kituuka mu kukola makeup tetumanyiiyo mulala tuli muyenga ku Tank Hill Road okulira na Italian supermarket mu basement essimu tuli ku noti 7266 682 953 teweerabira saluni egenda okujjayo bulungi bwo n'ekitiibwa kyo ye Hasi Beauty Parlor, a world of beauty.
How old are you?
Should I tell you?
Hey.
I'm 35.
Yo. You're 35? But you look like a 27.
Yeah, I'm blessed.
25.
I do a lot of sport.
You're 25? You're 35?
Yeah.
Wow, you look good.
Thank you.
You look good. You were scared to say your age?
Not really, because it doesn't really matter, does it?
know, here in Africa.
Just as you said, people get disappointed. They think I'm a young girl. Then they almost feel like they've been cheated when I tell them my age, as if, but you're an adult. As if,
Hey,
like,
that's what they do.
Yeah, I feel like people like want to take me under their wing, take care of me like I'm a young girl. And I'm not going to refuse. I also need help. I also need support. But the minute you say your age, you feel like somebody is like, I feel like you lied to me or something. No. The face might lie, but I didn't lie.
Yeah. And I love the fact that you're real. Yeah, because even when you're arriving, my friend there, Jose, was saying, you're young. I told him, no. My friend is okay.
Yeah.
So what's your schedule on a daily? Monday, Tuesday?
I guess it's all just rotating around music, but as I said, these few months since January, we started planning a music studio. So before that, it would have been wake up, think which song, which project I'm working on, go to the studio or what.
How many producers are you working with?
In Uganda? Currently, like I'm just working at Athens currently because there's just one song I'm finalizing. But over years, I've worked with so many. Yeah, I've worked with like more than 10, I think.
How have you seen our producers here in Uganda? The professionalism,
You're going to get me in trouble now. Like, okay, let me first say a positive, like people are self-taught. Yeah, it's inspiring. People are self-taught. But that also means that anyone can say they're a producer, yet they maybe don't know very well how to mix and master a track. And even us as artists in the beginning, we may not know the difference between a beat maker, a producer, someone that mixes, someone that masters. Yet abroad, they may have separate people to do all of those tasks. Here, someone is doing all of them. But it doesn't mean they're good at all of them. So you find you might pay for a track, you then have to pay again to have it remixed and mastered.
Yes.
So, but the main issue that annoys me here is time wasting. Someone's schedules, you get there, they're not around or they're not ready for you. You can't even wait hours. You can even be told, come back tomorrow after waiting an entire day for someone. You know, there's a lot of smoking, also chewing, drinking involved. People are in another world. And you're in this world and you're like...
You're in a straight world?
You're in a straight world and you want to do it professionally, you're thinking of your future, and people are just confusing you totally. And to be honest, I'm tired of that, and that's why we decided, let's just make a studio. Let's do things the right way. Like, let's have a studio whereby somebody comes, they schedule a time, they pay, there's a contract between the producer and the artist, and they get what they've paid for on time. There's no cheating, there's no recording and then waiting for months to receive your finished project. There's no someone disappearing with your money. And even
have they ever disappeared with your money?
Oh, definitely.
You pay someone and someone doesn't produce the work and just disappears? Doesn't deliver?
Yeah, definitely.
That's bad.
Definitely.
Professionalism is lacking.
Definitely.
In some studios.
Not even just music production, video production too, definitely as well. People are just con artists. People are conning people and getting away with it because they have a name, maybe. Maybe they have a name.
Have you shot any video?
Yeah, as I said, we shot my first individual video last year.
What's the name of your YouTube channel?
So if you search Firestar Made For You, because that was the song I released in January. It's Nomadic Stars is the name of the channel. But if you type Firestar Made For You, that will bring my release. Or Firestar Lamuka, that was another song we did. There's not a lot there for now, but I'm releasing a song next month. Yeah, there'll be
this one.
Yeah, that's
this
me.
one.
Yeah.
But it's good.
I'm feeling but I don't feel a thing. I know that something's wrong, but you can't find me. It's like I used to when I was far from you. You are my anchor, You are my love so cute. Hold me. No. Yeah. This was a collabo.
You did it in Kenya?
Congo.
Congo.
It's like a political wake-up song. I think Lamoka, it's the same in Uganda, no?
La?
Lamoka,
I
wake
don't know
up.
the meaning.
Lamoka. It's Lingala. Me, I'm at the very end.
Wow. But you'll be successful.
Yeah, I have a lot.
Yeah.
It's just a work in progress, and confidence.
Okay. Any last remarks before we wind up the show?
Sorry?
Any last remarks before we wind up the show?
Well, you can find me on TikTok, Instagram, More Firestar. And yeah, thanks for giving me time.
You know the Ugandans are going to start, hey, give me a number, give me a number. Please don't ask for her number. She already has a boyfriend. I saw that boyfriend. Very handsome man.
Thanks for that.
Where did you meet?
In the studio, yeah.
You met in the studio?
Yeah.
Then he started vibing you?
Baby
boy's hard.
Yeah. You just say it's a female artist, it's a challenge.
Eh?
You just want to make your music and make your future, but
Eh.
there are obstacles.
I know. And you're like, no, look at this one. He loves me, okay.
Yeah.
How is this so far? For how long now?
A year.
A year. But so far, is a good person?
Yeah, we are working hard together, like for future. I
Yes.
think the good thing, like we can work together, like we understand each other.
He has kids?
Yeah, he does. Yeah,
There you can flow.
yeah.
Because now, no asking for kids, he has.
I don't think that means no asking, but
You will take care of those ones.
yeah, I've not refused children. Don't get me wrong, but right time.
Right time, yes.
Right time.
I know. And the right time is coming soon. Thank you so much.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much, Pastor. And don't refuse to call me in case you need any help.
Thank you.
Somewhere. You know, I have a few connections when it comes to online, blah, blah, blah. You want to promote your music, you want to ask for anything, you always take time, call me, ask me about anything. I will always be here to help you.
Yeah, when I release, next month, I'll call you.
Which part of UK do you come from?
I was grown from a place called Sunderland near to Newcastle. That's in the
Sunderland,
north.
yeah.
Yeah. But
North
then,
London?
No, north of England. It's like Gulu.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the far north. But then I moved to Bristol. That's in the south.
Oh.
And I've stayed some time in London. I'm nomadic. That's why the YouTube name is Nomadic Stars.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm
okay.
nomadic.
Thank you so much, Pastor. ALLANCRUZ is my name, and of course, I would love to end this interview here. Muzungu lubadde lungi nnyo.
Muzungu, wewe.
No, Oluzungu.
I thought you called me Muzungu.
No, Oluzungu. Oluzungu is English.
I know.
So when you saw Oluzungu lubadde lungi nnyo, English has been too much here.
I think they've not
1 hour speaking
understood.
English. You know, you've made me speak English for 1 hour, and I feel like I need a cold soda. Because now I'm going to say, CRUZ, you spoke English today. I will say yes. I told you I know English. They were saying.
Now they believe.
Hey, they were saying, CRUZ, you can't speak English. I've spoken English. I've spoken English for.
It's more than 1 hour, isn't
1
it?
hour and a
Yeah,
half, yes.
yeah.
So I'm good. So I'm ready to go. So thank you so much.
Thank you too.
Otherwise, for my good viewers, thank you so much for watching, guys, and have a blessed day. See you. Bye-bye.
Esi mukasya kano kankwanjulira emami gadgetsi abakulembera mu education gadgetsi zonna mu Uganda balina tablets z'abaana zonna mu bikanga Samsung, Apple, Origimo ate nga balina n'esina keyboard. Balina ebimotoka by'abaana, ebimundu, essaawa, bags z'abaana, bottles, container ng'ogasseko ne building blocks. Balina headsets z'abaana, balina smart watch zonna ate nga ziri Origino. Balina wireless charger ate nga basisinkanibwa wali ku Pioneer Mall, edduka li PA11. Ate ng'osobola bakubira ku 0703696904. Gambye ekikwasagana ne education gadgets zonna olina kwekwata mami gadgets kubanga yasinga.
Wano ku Hasi Beauty Parlor tuli bakafulu mu kulabirira n'okuyooyoota ensusu. Tukola facial ne tukupepeta ka face ne kawawera nga aka baby. tusiba n'okukola enviiri mu buli musono, songa mu kukola pedicure ne manicure tuwekansa. Tusala enviiri mu buli musono, ate bwe kituuka mu kukola make-up tetumanyiiyo mulala. Tuli muyenga ku Tank Hill Road okuliraana Italian Supermarket mu basement. Essimu tuli ku noti 7266 682 953. Teweerabira, saluuni egenda okujjayo bulungi bwo n'ekitiibwa kyo ye Hasi Beauty Parlor, a world of beauty. Onoonye ekifo eky'omulembe w'oyinza okuwummulirako ate nga kisangibwa ku lubalama lw'ennyanja. Winslow Luxury Suites. Kino kye kifo ekikkakkamu eri gwe anoonya w'oyinza okubeerako okumala ennaku entonotono oba ekiseera ekigere ng'olinga ali ewuwo. Kino kye kifo kyokka. Tulina amayumba agalina accommodation ey'omulembe nga mulimu ebisenge ebiwerera ddala 2, sitting room, modern kitchen, dining, closet nga z'obulungi, ssaako toilet n'ebinaabiro. Ebisenge byaffe birabika bulungi nnyo omuli ebitanda ebya queen ne king size. Ekiseera kyonna ky'omala ng'oli naffe tufuba okulaba nga tufuna kutaataganyizibwa kwonna, anti tulina standby generator, wifi ne DSTV ssaako ne laundry services. Tulina n'emmotoka ez'omulembe okwanguyizaako mu by'entambula era nga tusobola okupikinga okuva wonna w'oli ne ku kisaawe erimu abava ebweru wa Uganda. Winslow Luxury Suite tusangibwa mu Jomai Estate, Garuga, Entebbe. N'olwekyo gwe yandyagadde okumanya ebisingawo n'okubukinga osobola tukubira ku noti 752 emu noti 8 nyemu oba osindika obubaka obwa WhatsApp ku +9 noti 83 2 noti 3 6 noti 2.
What tiles are these?
Modern tiles.
For quality and durable tiles that never fade with unique designs, get Modern Tiles. Modern Tiles.
Agambye erigwa ayagala ennyumba ya A&B nga buli kimu kyonna okisanga munda nga n'ojja n'omwagalwa buli kimu kyonna kigenda maaso n'okubanga kiggwa bulungi. Oba n'oba ng'ova bweru nga weetaaga w'ogenda otuukira buli kimu kyonna kwegamba osange nga weekiri. Ennyumba ebeeramu buli kimu kyonna kye weetaaga. Just kiba kyetaagisa gwe kujja n'ogenda maaso n'okunyumirwa. Ekifo kyaffe kisangibwa ku Namugongo Road okumpi n'ekyaati y'Abakatuliki okirira ku St. Kizito Lwanga Road oba otutuuseeko. Oba n'otunoonyako ku namba zaffe ez'amasimu okumanya ebisingawo. Nooti 785 37 92 29 oba noti 700 39 02 11 oba plus nyanya 74 72 31 81 64. Nkugambye tulina ne CCTV coverage, wifi coverage, internet ebeerako 24/7. Ate nga nyongera okujjukiza osobola n'okuyita ku email yaffe pikato694@gmail.com. Ogeye buli kimu kyonna amasavu mayereere.